everyone. Welcome to Certic Software. So thank you for coming after your busy schedule. So maybe some of you know who we are, and some of you might not know. So I just wanna a little bit brief, give you some introductions about Certic Software. So Certic Software, we are software and design agency, currently based in Bangkok. This is headquartered here. We started business. We are from Norway, so we kind of started as a Norwegian software application house. Yeah, so we started headquarters since 2014 here in Thailand. So more than 7 years, we are helping the clients in the different industry, such as telecom, e-commerce, finance, banking. Some of the clients big clients like DTAC, Telenor. We also have Pomelo, Major, Central. Yeah, we have a lot of Thai local clients, and also we have international clients based in Thailand, and we also have some clients in European country. Yeah. But right now, this is our headquarters here. We just moved that's 1.5 years ago. Previously, our team was not that big, but now we are growing almost 100 people right now. Yeah, we also have international team here. We have 20 plus different nationalities working together. So we welcome anybody who have a skills and also passion to grow their career in the tech industry. Yeah, great. All right. So you guys can also follow our social medias and also professional channel like Facebook, LinkedIn. So we always share our activities. So you can also see what we are doing and also who we are. And we also always share a case study. Yeah, which is we have done some projects and we shall share to the communities. It would be great opportunity for you to learn what we have done, and also some kind of topics interesting meetups we also organize every month. So in the past we have twice a month, and sometimes we also do webinar during this COVID. Yeah, but now we're back to the office and we do more actual physical meetups, so we can meet with the people and we can have a discussions. We always contribute back to the society, so it's a great that you can also learn the new things. You can also share the feedback to us. If you also would like to listen interesting topic, yeah, you can share it to us. We can also organize meetups. Not only our internal speaker, we also collaborate with a lot of companies, so we can also invite external speakers. Yeah. All right, so yeah, you guys would like to see what kind of company, what kind of culture is it? Yeah, we are working hard, and also we are party harder. So our people, very enjoying do that activity things. Yeah, we just selected hundreds from 2 or 3 different hundreds of our activities. We are going out with the catamaran, and also going around in Bangkok, and we also do party in here in the office as well. Yeah, we take all the opportunity, all the chance to make people happy. Yeah, and we did a lot of sports as well. So we have a lot of kind of club. If you're really interested in cycling or running or e-sport or game, game night, we also play game together in the office. It's also great that you have mingle with the different teams, different people. Yeah, meet each other. Okay. And we hard as well. So yeah, we always organize different activities in house, such as a wine tasting, what I show in the photos. And also we have so many interesting activities for our people, internet people to try. And we also have a free lunch twice a week, and we have international cuisines for internet people to enjoy the different tastes. Yeah. And of course, we are expanding. We aim to be scaling up to double size this year. So we almost 100 people, and we still need more talented people like you guys. Or maybe if you also have any of your friends who is looking for a new challenging opportunities and willing to join with the international company, which means that you don't want to leave your country, your lovely country, Thailand, and you want to gain international experience. Certic might be the one of the good employer for the opportunity, because you will get a chance to work with our talented people from around the world in the Bangkok office, and we also have big clients working for the clients with using the cutting edge latest technologies. So for the same positions, such as we're looking for very senior head of cloud and backend, we also have head of product and tech lead for web team and also iOS team. We're looking for front end, back end, and also mobile, software QA architect, and we're also looking for sales and marketing and UX UI designer. So if you're really interested to apply, any of the positions or some of the positions which you are interested but not listed here, you can feel free to drop your updated CV to jobs@savvysoftware.com, or you can also check out on our career page, savvysoftware/career. You can also go to Facebook to easily send a message. Hey, I'm the QA, which level I would like to apply the job. Is there any open position? Yeah, you can also send a message to us. Cool, right? So we always update our upcoming meetups on our page. You can also scan the QR here, or you can also stay tuned on the social media like Facebook or LinkedIn. We always update upcoming activities. All right, cool. So today we have a very interesting topics. So the first topics we have stepping into the software QA world. So our first speaker, two speaker, Con A and Con Alisa from our QA team will talk about this. And the second topic we cover by Poppy, which is about what's the news with the Fiddler. And last but not least, our Connect, our QA team, she will present about fundamentals of software testing activities. All right, so I would like to invite our first two speaker, Con A and Con Alisa. Yeah, give applause for that.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. And good evening, Ka. Yay. How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
Oh, for me, I'm really good, Ka, but a bit getting nervous because today is my first time to do the presentation. So today, the topics, what I want to talk is about stepping into the software QA world. So for the contents today, I'm going to talk is what is the software QA, how you become a software QA, and what the passion of the software QA, and how to become a good software QA. And the last one, does 7-Peak software company provide good software QA, and how it's fun to work here.
Interesting.
So for the first thing, before I will tell you everyone, I just want to ask you guys, what is the software QA? What do you think about the software QA when you hear of this job position? Anyone want to answer?
Anyone know about that?
You can raise your hand. Oh, thank you for your answer.
Hi, handsome.
Yeah.
Say something about it.
You can say something about it. No right, no wrong.
Anyone?
No one wants to say? So PA, can you tell me?
For my what I think QA software QA means the position that to prevent or to find the defect before to let the software launch to be on the production.
Actually, what I would say, it seems like a part of QA, the
Oh,
responsibility, right? So
Tell
actually,
me more. Tell me more.
yeah, I'm gonna show you more. So for the software assurance, actually it's a process to avoid a mistake and consequently and prevent any potential problem in your products. It's a part of quality management that we focus on maintaining the integrity of your products. Also giving confidence that all desired requirements will be met in our system. So I just want to ask you, do you think the software QA and the software tester is the same thing? Is the same position? No, right? Yeah, of course. So I just want to define more. So if you see for this table, right, the way to work, we use the same way. Manual, automation, but this one is depend on the company that what they prefer. But if you see in the some part of responsibility, objective, and result, if you see from the tester part, everything they do, they focus on the bug, like report the bug, find out the bug, and release software with bugless. And I think sometimes they expect it without bug. But for a software QA, what we do, manual, automation, functional, non-functional testing, we focus on the quality. And also we working, following on the process. For the next one, I just want to tell you guys why the software QA is important. Of course, everyone know, right? For the software QA, help many things in the software development team, like we review a requirement, we design the test case and execute on it, right? But I want to show more, like if you guys have no us in your team, what that you will missing. The first one, if you have us in the team, it will be have a commitment of the quality. And this commitment is come from the a user requirement, right? And like of course we do like executing, we find the bug first, we fix it first. For the next one, yeah, will be decrease the critical of issue on the production. And because of to these things, then the development team will be deliver a high quality products to the end user, right? And the next one, yeah, high quality software products. You save time and money. Let's say like if you launch some system to the production without testing, right? First time you pay money for the developers and find some bug or issue defects on production, then you will waste time and money to rework on it again. And the last one, we improve process of the team. Like I mentioned from the last slide, like we work following on the process, right? But we just not like following from the existing or the old process. If we find something can make us working easier and faster, then we're gonna do the improve the process. PA คะ so far from that thing I just introduced about the QA. It seems like you have many years work on this job position. So can you share me how you become a software QA คะ
Yeah, I have about 11 years about QA experience. So
Wow.
my experience start from when I graduated bachelor degree in computer science. But I face the issue that I don't know myself what I'm going to choose about my career, my job, because there is a lot of job in IT, software tester, programmer, or IT support or whatever. I try everything. I didn't know myself, but I want to try. I just want to have a job, just want to have my salary, and I want to know myself that what I want to be also. But in the end, afterward 2-3 years, I don't know my future. I feel like I'm not expert in anything. So I decided to go for my master degree and think about what I like in the past, what I match with, what I worked before. So should I continue working in IT or not? Because I'm not sure about myself. But in the end, I find out that I match with a QA, and what I worked in the past in QA, I did the best. I did the really good outcome. So I should in QA. But after I get a job in QA, and then I find another issue in the company that I am the first and only QA in the company. I feel lost again because I don't know about the direction to work. I don't know. I don't have the senior, the guide, whoever to guide me to work. But my solution is I just learn a lot, practice with real work, go with whatever event they have, and then practice, and I get better and better in just only 1 year.
Wow.
What about you? Tell me your story.
Actually, for me, I would say I'm not good for the coding. Just kidding.
Actually, same as me.
No, I'm just kidding. Actually, is beginning from my first job. I also facing the same problem with UPA, like when I'm a fresh graduate, right? I don't know what to do, and my first job is not give me a good solution that what I want for my work. Like I cannot getting more knowledge about the IT industry in my first job. Yeah, and in the right time, have the logistic solution company gave me some opportunity. They gave me an offer as a software tester position. Then I jump on it, and after that, I have joined in the incorrect time, because it's on the maintenance phase. Nothing much to do, and I'm getting bored. So I decide to quit again. And actually, I will got a correct the right direction and responsibility of the software tester position in my first job. I worked in there for 2 years, and I quit it again, and I switched to be a senior software tester. So PA, you say like you have 11 years, right, in the software QA no change.
Yes.
So can you tell me like what your passion in this job? Like why do you love in this QA position?
For me, the first one, what I fall in love in QA is the first thing is I have chance to learn the business since the top to the bottom of the business. About the business, not just only one. So many businesses, and also about different industry. So that's why I like it. I have tried to learn business again and again and again. For example, like financial, like agriculture, like insurance or something. So I learn. I have learning about business all the time. This one, what I like. The second one is the QA is in the middle in the team. That means I am in the center of developer, user, customer. That means I am in the center of communication of everyone in the team. So I have time to speak and a lot and everyone. So that's what I like for this one. And the last one that I think is I like because for QA I have chance to learn the technical and non-technical stuff and non-stop, and it keep excite me all the time, not too boring. So that's why I fall in love in QA. What about you?
Actually, I'm totally agree with you, PA. But I just want to say like my passion for the QA job, right? Because, like you say, QA is the center between a software functionality and a business flow, right? We just not make sure that our system is working, following the customer or end user requirement, but we have to make sure our system is working smoothly with the business flow, right? So this one, it made me love the QA job, but this part is too much challenge. I think maybe for everyone, right? We cannot work in like just only one project. We cannot choose our customer, right? So we have to work with different business, and some business we aren't familiar with it, right? And some business like you feel like, oh, we know that, but when we jump into that project, oh, it's just some part of that, right? So this one, but for me that's fine. I have fun to learn a new thing, really. Yeah, so can you tell me like how to become a good software QA?
So for my opinions about how to become a good QA, the first thing is the strong attention in detail. So the QA had to analyze the requirements and think about the test scenario, and we cannot be miss it. This one is very important. And the second one is the observation and the question. So the QA have to think about positive case, negative case, and also we have to know about the expect result. That's why this part is important also for QA. And the next one, think out of box. So the QA have to think about when the software or the product work in different situations, work in different platform, work in different device or something else, blah blah. So that's why this part important also. So another one is diligent practice. You cannot be good without practicing yourself. So you have to practice again and again and again. So the next work will be better and easy for you. And the last one, I think the most important for me is QA have to be very good listener, because as I said, QA have to think about have to analyze the requirement, think about the test case, test scenario, and we cannot be missed. That's why we have to be QA have to be the good listener. So what do you think? What I say? So do you have anything to add on it?
For me, I would say not only to be a good listener, like you mentioned, we are the center between developers and the end user, right? So this skill we also should have it, a good communication, right? So this one I think is important for the QA, and the other one I think for the observation also should be important for the QA, based on my experience work, right? Let's say if we have a UI issue, right? Let's say if this one, this font, this display color different from the requirement. If someone not observation, like if maybe this requirement, they need a black font as black color, and you take it as a pass and launch to production. If your customer take it serious about this thing, color and theme, then of course they don't satisfy. Yeah. So this one is also you make a problem if you aren't. So I feel for observation, good communication also important for the QA.
I agree with you.
Okay, for this one, I just want to tell everyone like does 7P provide a good software QA and how we fun to work here. The first thing I want to say, like at 7P we have a professional, a QA, like they have profound understanding of the business goal and product feature. And the next one, we are expert many kind of testing like functional, non-functional, manual automation, this one. And for the team member, we have a nice team member. Everyone are ready to support the team, each other. Like they can give us consult or any idea, like when we have no idea to test, right? And to make us working easier. And we also have a knowledge sharing session every bi-weekly. And the next one, this one the most part I love for 7P. They have a freedom to work and self-management. No one tell you what you should do, what you should not to do. So this one I like in the 7P. And the next one, you have to work with different teams from the different business industry. And the last one, we have a good benefit to provide with everyone. And we also have free lunch on Tuesday and Thursday. So VAคะ what your good benefit that you like in the 7P คะ
Actually, I applied the job here just only for the free beer and free pizza. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
For the one thing I like the most is we have the big team of the QA. When we have the problem, when we have some issue, we help each other. We have knowledge sharing every week, or when we need some help, we help each other immediately, and it seems like we have the knowledge base, the QA knowledge base in our company. That's why I really love this part the most. Yeah, and the next one, yes, of course, about we have the good benefits.
So far from here, do anyone have any question? Ask us. Okay.
Can I ask, what is the basic requirement for starting as a QA?
Basic requirement, right? For me, I would say you go to research what is the software QA responsibility. Really, this one thing before you want to be a job position, you should go to learn about the job description and responsibility, what we have to do.
I mean, education-wise, or
Huh?
is there any specific education-wise, or
Actually, we prefer for the IT industrial, right? But from the author is fine. We will be treat you as a junior, right? Because and everyone have no experience. It's the same. But if you want to see more detail about the basic of the software QA, you can waiting for a presentation from our team member Kun Apinit to sharing for this one thing.
Actually, before our session, I have the one audience asking me about if I don't have the experience on the QA, can I apply the job here? I said, of course, but I have to say, you should go to learn about what is software testing, what is QA, what about QA responsibility, what QA work. So and then you just learn and then get to know, get familiar of it. Of course, you can apply for the QA, and you are welcome to apply for 7 weeks.
Okay. Other question? Any other question? Yeah.
What will be the demand skill for QA in the future? What do you think?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean,
For
the,
you, how about you? What do you think?
I think in this situation, the demand of the QA is a lot because in every part, in every industry need IT, and in IT need QA. So we need a lot of QA in this situation. But in the future, I don't know. Yeah, I just know just at the moment.
I see.
And you want to know about the demand in here? It's a lot.
I think I would say like learning new the testing tool.
Yeah, yes.
Because for the technology never
Yeah,
stop.
yeah,
So just go to learn about the new tool.
yeah.
for the testing to make us easier to testing on it.
Technical stuff also very important. How to test with using tool, automate test tool, about performance test tool also very important.
So, what is the next question?
And the question,
Uh-huh.
What do you guys think about getting certification for QA? Let's
Oh.
say ISTQ. Is it important?
Actually, for me, if you have it, it might be preferred. But if you have no, maybe you will have your ability to work in the QA, right? As a junior, right? You mean?
No, let's say mid or senior level.
Oh, for me, if you have, it might be good, right? That means like you pass a global standard, right, from the certificate. But if you have no, that's fine because I think maybe you will have your experience from your job, so that's fine.
the conclusion for her is about if you have, it's good. But if you don't have, if you have the real experience, it's good. But if you have both, it will be very good. That's all.
Okay. So if you have no question,
Any question? If you don't have, I will just
I will
go
be
to the next
go to
session.
the next session. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. For the next session, it's gonna come from my one of team member. She will be present about the Fiddler everywhere. Which is the tool about the tool to check the traffic from the website and the mobile device.
Hi guys, before I start my presentation, so has anyone here knows about the console in the browser? So can you tell me why do you use it? Okay,
Checking website server response. Sometimes if we get error, we need to check like for testing. We need to check like the error code that we're getting. Maybe it's 400, 401, or 500.
yes, that's correct. So we have to use it to check the traffic and the response from the server or the website that we're testing. Also, when we testing in the mobile, has anyone has curious how do we test it in the mobile application? And also, has anyone has struggled with the test data? For this session, I will tell you that we can mock the response, and also we will use the Fiddler as the tool here. What is the Fiddler everywhere? So it is a web debugging tool that allows you to easily see the incoming and outgoing traffic. Also, you can easily see the traffic between your machine, your desktop, your laptop, and the internet. And also, you can mock up the request and the response. So, what is the key feature about Fiddler Everywhere? There are a lot of the key features from Fiddler Everywhere, but I will pick only 4 features. The first one is the distant traffic capturing. This one will allow you to inspect and log and see all the traffic that coming in your device, your laptop, your machine, and the internet. The second one is the request and response mocking. So this one will allow you to edit. This one allow you to edit the HTTP request and responses without asking the developer to do it for you. You can do it without any updating the code. The third one is Fiddler everywhere on mobile. So this one will inspect and log the traffic from your device that running on iOS and Android. The last one is the styling option. So they have the modern UI and also they have a theme for you to be comfortable when you use it. So the comparison part about this program, there are a lot of web debugging tools in this market, but in this session, I will compare only the Fiddler Classic, which is the previous one, and the latest one is the Fiddler Everywhere. For the first one, the Fiddler Classic can only be run on Windows, and the Fiddler Everywhere you can run all over the platform like Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. The second one is the cost of it. For the Fiddler Classic, it is free, but the Fiddler Everywhere, they provide the trial version. You can use it for 30 days, and after that, you have to subscription it. And the subscription is they provide you Pro and Enterprise. So we will see what is the update in the UI. So the first one is the inspector. The Fiddler Classic the Fiddler Classic, when you want to see the inspector, you will have to click on the tab, and you will see the traffic on the left side. And in the Fiddler Everywhere, you will see that the UI look more cleaner and easily to read. Another one is the auto responder. You can click on the auto responder tab and you will see the add rule button that allows you to edit any rule that you want to see. Comparison with the Fiddler Everywhere. The Fiddler Everywhere has changed the name of auto responder to be rule builder. This session I will tell you how to install the Fiddler. After you install the Fiddler, the first one that you have to check is the network proxy and the port. The first one that you have to check is your IP. So you have to point out your mark at the bottom right and you will see your IP. So you have to note down it. Another one is your port number. So this port number, you will get different 4-digit number, but for mine it is 8866. You have to remember this also. When you already get the IP and the port number, the second one is you have to install the touch Fiddler, the touch Fiddler certificate. You have to install it in your desktop or your machine. And also you have to install it in the mobile. You can install it in Android, iOS. But in this session, I will share you only in the iOS. First, how to touch the root certificate in your machine. You click on the setting and you click the touch root certificate button. After that, they will ask you the password to allow the check in your device, in your machine, and then you click update setting. For this one, I will show you how to install the certificate in your mobile and this is iOS. So you go to your Wi-Fi and you select the icon and you scroll down into the bottom of the Wi-Fi setting, you will see the configure proxy. You click it and you check it into manual, and that I used to tell you that you have to remember the IP checking and the port number. You have to fill it here. After that, you go to your device browser and you fill in input this link. But remember, for this 4-digit, you have to check it into your port number. After that, you click the Fiddler certificate. It will download the certificate into your device. And then you click allow to download it. After that, you go to the setting and you go to the profile. You will see where the download certificate is. Keep it. And then you click and install it all over the way. After that, you will see that your certificate is already set up. So this session, I will show you how we use the Fiddler in the work session. The first one that we are using is the topic monitoring. This is allow you to see all the topic when you connect your mobile and your Fiddler. You see all the topic when you open, starting from your open the application and you see all the topic here. As you see, when I open the application, the topic will run here. And when you click add some topic, you see the request header and response body here. Another main feature is the rule builder to mock the server. This session, I will show you how to mock the server to get the error from the application. So first, you go to the rule builder and you add it here. After that, you click to edit it and you edit the manual responses. So I copy some code to put my application to show the error. Then you click save. Don't forget to check the URL that you want it to be affected. When you already complete the editing, you click the toggle here, and you click the toggle here. After that, you execute it, and when you open the application, you will see that yes, you see something error here. So thank you for listening. I will end up my presentation here, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.
Can you compare Fiddler with the child? Did you ever work with child before? Did you ever know about child before? Why we need to use Fiddler over child? Let's explore the cut or everywhere.
Comparison about the child.
Yes, with the child.
I heard the child and I already downloaded one, but I feel like the UI is not friendly to me. It's like for the old fashioned, but in the Fiddler everywhere I prefer to use Fiddler everywhere because it has a modern UI and it's clean and it's good for my eye. You can see it.
Good for your
clearly.
eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hi. Is Fiddler Classic the free version available for Mac or is it only for Windows?
the Fiddler classic is not available on Mac. I have tried to install, but it won't allow me to install on Mac OS.
So we have to buy it to use it in that Fiddler library.
Yes.
Thanks.
So, no more question. Thank you. So I will transfer to the next question. Welcome, Apinit, to be your presenter now.
Hello everyone, my topic for today is fundamentals of software testing activities. These are the following topics that I'll be covering today, which are test plan, test cases, test scenarios versus test case, bug report, the importance of testing, and I'll be giving a brief description about what is manual testing and automation testing. So first, what is a test plan? A test plan is a detailed document that describes the objective of testing. What does it mean? That means what will you be verifying and validating? What is verifying? Verifying means the checking of documents, design codes to make sure that it's according to the business requirements. And for the validation part is if the software product is meeting the needs of the customers. Next is the scope of testing. Scope of testing is what will you be testing and what you will not be testing. It needs to be included in the test plan. Third is the detailed schedule of the activities you want to perform. That means how and when you're going to perform the testing. It needs to be documented in your test plan to make sure that everyone inside the team and outside the team is aware of what you're going to test and when you're going to test and how you're going to test. Next is the resources needed such as human and technical. Obviously, we need human as a tester to test, right? And for the technical part, we have test environment, test tools, and test data. For the test environment, we have UAT, staging environment. So basically, for the QA part, we will be running the test in the QA, in the UAT, in order to discover as many bugs as possible before we move to live. Live means we go into the production environment where the clients can see the end product. Next is the test tools. What are the test tools? Test tools like, for example, in 7 Peaks we use Confluence and TestRail. So these are the two tools that we use for the test case management, and the business requirements are all documented in these tools. Next is the test data. So for the test data, we need to have the email and the password. So for the email and the password, we need for testing in order to access the staging website. Next, what is the importance of test plan? Why is test plan important? Test plan is important because it helps people outside the test team, such as the business managers, developers, and customers to understand the detail of testing. They need to be aware of what you're testing. Test plan guides our thinking. It is just like the rule book that we need to follow. So once we have a test plan, we can go according to it and design our test cases and go according to that. Important aspects like test estimation. What is test estimation? So when we plan to test, we need to know how long we're going to test. For example, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. It needs to be documented in the test plan. And for the test scope, it's also important to mention what you'll be testing and what you will not be testing. So these are documented in the test plan for people inside and outside to understand what you're actually working on, what you're testing on. Next, what is a test case? So these are some of the activities that are performed by QA, which I'll be explaining to you in shortly. So first, a test case is a set of actions executed to verify a particular features or functionality of your software application. So having an effective test case should contain the following: test case number, test case description, test data, expected results, actual results, pass and fail. So for the status, it can also include blocked. If you're blocked from testing, you will include into that column that you're blocked from testing. You cannot test. If it's failed, it's failed. If it's passed, it's passed. If your testing is cancelled, you cannot use that test case. You will mark the status as cancelled. Now, once your test case is ready, you will send it for peer review. So your peer will be the one to review your test case to make sure that all the important parts are covered. Nothing is missing. And once your test case is ready, you will start executing it. Once you're done executing it, then you will see the results. If it's pass or fail, if it needs to rerun, and if you find the bugs, you need to identify it, document it, and pass it to the development team to fix it. Therefore, the test engineer can compare the expected and actual results to determine if your software products meet the requirements of your customers, and also according to the business requirements. Now, this is an example of a good test case. So if you see, we have test case number, we have description, we have test data, expected results, actual results, test results. So let's say, for example, the description, we enter valid email and password. We have the test data, which is the email and the password, and then we see that the expected results is login should be successful. And if login is successful, you pass. And if login is not successful, you fail. So you see there are different test cases that are covered, different steps that you need to make sure that you cover in your test case. So in order not to miss any defects or bugs. Next is, this is test case of a bad example. If you see you have steps, you have 3 steps in one column, and you have just one expected results. So by seeing this, can anyone tell me what you're going to miss? By not having good steps, good expected results, good status for each steps. So most likely you're going to miss important test cases. You're likely to miss the case that you're going to test, which could affect your software product. So this should never be followed because it's very vague and it's not clear at all. Can anyone tell me what is the test scenario? Hello? What is the test scenario? Anyone?
It's just like a last part of the test case.
That I know it's like the last part of the test case, such as the login function is a scenario, right? And we will describe the step on the test case again, something like that.
Yes, very good. So test scenario is just a statement describing the functionality that you want to test, right? So test scenario is very big and it can cover a wide range of possibilities. Like for example, like you said, login functionality, right? So if you see, we have login functionality as a test scenario, right? And then we can cover many different test cases under one test scenario. Because test scenario is just a statement, but you need to have different test cases to cover that one scenario. Like for example, you want to check the login functionality. So you will have to enter the valid user ID and password, enter invalid user ID and password, or you leave the user ID empty and login empty, and you try to press it, the button, to see what happens next. Now, what is a bug report? Bug report contains specific information about what is wrong and what needs to be fixed in a software or on a website. So in a QA process, it is our QA duty to discover as many bugs as possible. Once we've identified, we need to document it and then send to the development team to fix it before it goes live to our customers, to the production, for the end client to see our software that we have built for them. Now, effective bug report should contain the following: title, step to reproduce a bug, expected results, actual results, visual proof like screenshots, videos, text of bug, priority and severity. Now, what's the difference between priority and severity? Priority means it's the order in which the developer should resolve a defect. So a defect that has a high priority, it should be fixed first. Like for example, customer cannot make an order, they cannot place an order, or they cannot make a payment, or the currency is not working, they cannot choose the currency that they want to use. So this is high priority and low severity. Now what does severity means? Severity is the degree of impact that that defect has on the operation of your software. Like for example, if it's a high priority and low severity. High priority means that bug must be fixed immediately, even though it does not cause a huge effect or it does not cause much effect on your software operation, but it needs to be fixed. But if I say high severity and low priority, that means that even though that bug is causing a significant damage, it can be fixed later because it has low priority. Now, there's also a lot of confusion between differences in error, defect, bug, and issue. So what is the error? A mistake in coding is called an error. An error that is found by the QA is called a defect. And once that defect is accepted by the development team, is called a bug. An issue can be a bug or a defect. Now, this is an example of a good bug report because you have a project name, you have a title, you have step to reproduce, expected results, actual results with the screenshots, right? So once a developer opens this and see this, they see that it's very clear. They can understand what the bug is and where they can fix it. And also if you see the priority, there is written, platform, everything is very clear. For the bad bug report, you just have the step to reproduce, actual results with no screenshots, no expected results, nothing. It's not clear at all. So the developers might come back to QA again and ask what it's supposed to be. So it costs a lot of time and effort to come back and ask. So it's a QA duty to perform and put in all the detail that is required for the team to understand. Now, why is testing important? Testing is important because it discovers defects, bugs, before we deliver the end product to the client. And also it guarantees the quality of the software. It makes the software more reliable and easy to use, and properly tested software ensures high performance software operation. Of course, the end client, they want to see a proper software, right? They want to see an application that they can use, that they can click without any error, without any issues. So it is the responsibility of the QA, right, to test to make sure everything is in a proper way and proper software is delivered. Now, what is the difference between a manual and automation testing? I will just give you a brief explanation what it is. So when we test a mobile application, we could do it manually or automation to ensure that the software product, that this application is meeting the needs of the customers as well as according to the business requirements. So what is manual testing? We need human as a tester to verify or disapprove that if the software product is meeting the needs of the customers or not. If not, then we need to get it back and redo it, retest it, redevelop it, so everything will start again. So it is us human to approve or disapprove that software. The purpose of manual testing is to catch bugs and features issues before the software product goes live to the end user. It involves human observation to find out any glitches, thus improving the customer experience. What is automation testing? In automation testing, there are pre-scripted tests which runs automatically. These tests are run to compare the actual results with the expected results to see if the software product is meeting the requirements of the customers or not, or if it's meeting the customer's expectation? Are they happy with it? What changes they want to make? So it is us that we need to do it. Now, automated test runs with the help of tools, scripts, and software. And automated testing is suitable when tests need to run for a long duration of time. So any test case that you need to run for a long period of time, like regression testing, you can use automation testing, something that won't change. Because after manual is done, that means your functionality is not going to change, then you can start automating that. But for the manual testing, you would run like basically 1 or 2 times maximum. But for regression, you would keep running repeated testing that you will use automation. So this is just a basic difference between manual testing and automation testing. Thank you. Any questions? Hello?
Hello. I just want to ask, how important is it to add negative test cases in our test plan, or in our regression testing, or in our testing?
So when we write a test case, we always include positive test cases. But it is also very important to include negative test cases, and I will give you an example. Like for example, if you want to add an image, right, with a limit size, if you're able to add that, that's a positive test case. But if you try to add an image which is exceeding the limit that is given to you, that would be negative test case. Or another example, for example, if you want to add, let's say a contact number box, right? For the positive test case, you would include only the numbers. But for the negative one, you will include the characters, right? So if you include the characters, it should not work. So that's a negative test case. So it is equally important to cover both the positive and the negative test case in your test cases.
Well, good evening. What about human error? What do QA do about that? What is your responsibility as a team leader to take care of a human errors? Because what I have here so far is all about the error that can be defined by the software itself. What about human errors? How do you tackle that?
You mean like human errors in real life?
I mean a human error as if like when they did something wrong instead of like the program getting fault. Like do you have like a steps to take care of that?
Yes, so if we have the human error, so if we see everything, if we do, we test, we plan, it will be according to the business requirements. So we will not do anything outside the box for this, right? So if we have to plan something, we will do according to the business requirements, according to the needs of our customers, whatever their expectation is. So if it is our fault or our error, we will refer back to that. But most likely, it's not going to happen.
Very well, thank you.
Any other questions?
As a QA, do you ever work conflict with developer when you open the defect and you make a step to reproduce and developer try to follow the step to reproduce and found nothing about the defect itself, and developer have the reshow proof to you too on the same environment, any kind of thing prepare like same as the QA do.
Okay. So I had this conflict in my previous company with the developer. So basically, like I found a bug, but the developer says it's not a bug, right? And when I try to reproduce that, it is actually not according to what it should be. Like I went back to the business requirements. I went through that, I took it to the developer, the developer was like, oh yeah, it's according to that. You see? So everything, even if I cannot reproduce that bug, I would go according to the business requirements. And if that business requirement is still not clear, the developer still disagree with me, I will move to PM. I will approach PM, I will ask him, how is it that I'm going to resolve this? And if PM says this is not a bug, definitely I would approach the client some way or the other. That's how I would get it done.
Thank you.
Any other questions from you all? Seems to be interactive. Yes.
It is important to have the automation testing. Even we also have the manual testing. What do you think?
It is equally important to have manual testing as well as automation testing. Like I said in my slide, that we always need a human tester first to test manually. Until that function is stable, it does not have to change, no constant changes, then we will start with automating the part, that functionality, because it does not have to change anymore. Because so first, ideally we need the manual tester to work on it first, to test, make sure that there's no more changes, no more bugs, everything is fine, functionality is stable, then we will start automating it. So manual tester and automation tester will work hand by hand. It will come afterwards, the automation part. Yeah?
So you say that for like when you have a conflict with developers, there will be based on the business perspective, right? What is the business perspective like change through the time, and what do you do about that if it change and then you have to make some conversation about that?
Okay, so I have that experience before. So when the business requirement keeps changing, we QA as a tester, we need to keep updating our test cases. Once we have that conflict, if we're not sure, if there's still changes, we're not sure, we will approach the PM. The person who is writing the business requirements, we would approach them. That if this is the changes, please let us know in advance. Give us some time, give us some sign that you're going to make some changes, right? Because we have to keep updating. Because we QA tester, we need to make sure that there's no defects, right? The quality is clear, everything is fine. So as a tester, if the developer is still not sure about it, we will just approach the business managers.
So it means that at first business perspective should be very clear.
Correct. So if it's not clear, then it would affect the testing part, right? And who is writing the business requirement? We need to approach them.
Just wondering, can you give us the example for the solidity and priority, like the one that has the low priority but customer thing?
Okay, so let me explain from high priority. You know the difference between priority and priority, right? Okay, so if you have high priority, like for example, customer cannot make a payment, is that high priority for you? Yes, right, because your company is affecting. They cannot place an order. They cannot make payment. So who is affected? It's the company. They're not getting money. So that is a high priority, correct? So it's causing a huge damage to our company, so we need to fix that first. Now, it also depends on how, as a developer, as a business manager, how do they try to prioritize? If they feel, because PM will be the one to prioritize the tasks, the tickets that we will be testing it. But for the severity, it is us, the QA, that we will be doing that. Okay, if this is severe, less severe or more severe than the other parts. But the severity means that, for example, if I rate as high severity and low priority, right? So even if that, suppose the customer payment is not important for the company, you don't have to fix it because PM says it's not high priority. You can fix it later. Doesn't matter. So it depends. Now you see, if it has high priority, you need to get that fixed immediately. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. you have like the real life case for that?
Real life for, yeah, so like
low priority but high priority.
if for low priority would be maybe just the UI, the design part, right? If customer can place an order, but maybe it's not very like the functionality still works fine, but maybe there's just some disorder, like the functionality is, let's say you can place an order, but the text is not very clear to the customer. That could be a low severity. So maybe they feel that, okay, it can be fixed later on. It does not have to be fixed at that moment. As long as customer can still make the payment.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome. Done? Okay, thank you.
Alright, so I know you guys are hungry, so before you guys getting your pizza, can you guys scan this and give us the feedback about the event? And yeah, after you guys like give us the feedback, you guys like can get the pizza and enjoy the beers as well. So yeah. Thank you very much for coming tonight. I hope you guys enjoy.